Okay, so good afternoon, all of you. My name is Shubham Rawat, and today I'm here to discuss one problem statement or try to solve it. So the name of the problem is valid parenthesis, and it is a 20 problem of a lead code. So let's see what this problem is trying to say. So we have giving a string s, and that contains some characters. Characters in the sense like some have we have small brackets, curly brackets, and some square brackets. So we have to determine if the input string is valid, and they have giving also that how this string is valid. Like if open brackets must be closed by same type of brackets. Okay, and then open brackets must be closed in the correct order, and every closed bracket has a corresponding open bracket of the same type. So let's try to understand it by an example. So in this, like we have one open bracket and then we have one closing bracket. So in this statement, it is saying that if any bracket, open bracket have the same type of closing bracket, then it is a valid string. So open bracket must be closed by the same type of bracket. In this input first, our first open bracket, and then it is the same type of closing bracket. So that is why it is a valid string. And in second statement, in second input, we can see that we have one open bracket, okay, and then it is closed by the same closing bracket. So this part is valid. Okay, now move to this part. If again we encounter one open square bracket and then we have closing square bracket. So until now it is going perfect. And then let's move to the in this part, and in this we have one curly open bracket and then we have another curly closing bracket. So in this we have successfully with this string we can say that it is a valid string because we have open bracket and as well as we have curly bracket for same type. And but in third input it is let's see that if this open bracket, we have one open bracket, but as we move further we don't have any open bracket, instead we have one closing bracket, and that closing bracket is not similar to our open bracket. Like this is a small open bracket, opening bracket is different, and this closing bracket is different. So let us understand with the example, more example. Okay, so let's move to the uh, whiteboard, and here let's try to understand it. Suppose we have this, we have this, and inside this we have this again opening bracket, and then we have closing bracket, and again we have closing bracket, and again we have closing bracket. So suppose we have giving this type of input. Okay, so what we can first of all let's see that if it is this string is valid or not. So we have one closing bracket, opening bracket, square bracket. Okay, and then we have one opening bracket. Okay, and then we have one closing bracket. So from this manner, in this manner, we if I want to the approach that I have in my mind is like I can use stack here, like how first whenever I encounter any opening bracket, okay, then I'll push it into the stack, and whenever I encounter any closing bracket I will check if my if my stack top is similar to my closing bracket that I want to check, then I can say I'll simply just pop it. Okay, and then again I move forward, and then I'll again check if that is the opening bracket, and then we will if it is an opening bracket, then we will push it into the stack. And suppose, okay, I have one empty stack. Suppose this is my stack. Okay, and in this I have this string. First of all, whenever I encounter any opening bracket, I will just push it. So in this stack, as I can here, if it's suppose if my pointer is here, okay, suppose my pointer is here, and then I'll just push it into the stack. Okay, then again I have one another opening bracket, so I will just push it. Okay, and then if my pointer is here, then what I can do, I will check my top. Whenever I encounter any closing bracket, I will check into my stack top that if that closing bracket is of the same type. Okay, like here we have one bracket, and if my top is similar or a similar bracket, then I will just pop it. So here I will just pop it. So here I will just pop it, and now my stack remains this closing bracket. Okay, now again I move to my next pointer, and here I another I another once again I encounter a opening bracket, so I will just push it into my stack, and again one opening bracket. Okay, and again one opening bracket. So now my pointer is here. Okay, in this point I have encountered one closing bracket. So what I will do here, like if I my opening bracket is if this same type. Okay, if whenever I encounter any closing bracket like here, so I will check in my stack top that if that opening bracket currently present in the top is similar or same type or not. If it is same type, then I will just pop it. Okay, now my pointer move here, and again this it is another closing bracket, so I will check my stack top, like if it is same, if it is same, then I will return, I will pop it. And if okay, and suppose if it is not same, if this my top is not same. So okay, I'll show you with an example, but first let's concentrate on this. And again I find out that this is another closing bracket, and here my stack top is containing one opening bracket, and that both are same, so I will just pop it. And now the last one is my closing bracket, and again my stack top is and same, and I will just pop it. And in last I will check that if my stack is empty or not. Okay, so this is how we can approach this question and solve it. But there are some edge cases that we have to keep that edge cases in our mind, like what if we encounter any closing bracket first. Okay, suppose what if we encounter any closing bracket first, so what it will do, we do not have any opening bracket, so we will return false whenever we encounter any closing bracket. And suppose if my stack is this, and then I have one closing bracket, so what it will do, that if my stack contains this type of expression, so whenever I have one opening bracket, I will push it. Whenever I have opening bracket, I will push it. And then if I have one closing bracket, then I will check in my stack top that if that stack closing bracket is similar to my stack top of same type. If that both are same type, then I will pop it. If they both don't have same type, then I will just return false. So let's move to the coding part and see what I have done. Okay, so here I have taken one stack, and this is how we declare a stack. And I have declared a stack of character type because it is easy to work on character. Okay, so here we have the input is given in a string type. So first of all, we have to convert. We have to take each character of that string. So that is why I have taken this character of stack, and then I'll just run a loop into that array, into that string like this as dot length, and I will just store my character every character into one variable, and that is ch. Here my first when my I is 0, when my I is 0, it will take the character this opening bracket, and then it will check in this if my character is any opening bracket. So that is why I have used here or condition, or and or. If my opening bracket, then if I have a square opening bracket, and when if we have uh, curly opening bracket, so what I will do, I will just push it into my stack. So this is how I will push it into my stack. And then if then I will check for my closing brackets. Like if there are only two conditions, like if it is a opening or if it is a closing. Okay, so if my character is opening, I will push it, and if my character is not opening, if it is a closing bracket, then I will have to provide some conditions, and then okay, so let's see what are these conditions. So in this, if my opening bracket, if my character is closing bracket, so first of all I have to check, like if there are any elements, any characters that were inside my stack or not. Suppose my stack is already I do not have any character inside my stack, so I will just return a empty stack. Okay, this is if my stack is empty, I will return false. And then if I'll again check that if my stack dot peak, it means the top of the stack, if it is not a opening bracket. Okay, if it is not a opening bracket, then I will return false, because as I told you, uh, okay, like suppose in this situation, this is my opening bracket, and then if I got this bracket, so when my stack contains stack will contain this I this opening bracket, but it will check in this situation that if that stack dot peak, like stack dot peak, it will check this bracket, and if it is not equal to opening bracket. Okay, if because this is not a equal to this my opening bracket, so I will return false here. And in the last else condition, if that stack contains that opening bracket, if like this and this, my only condition left is like if that stack contains the closing bracket, then I will just pop it. Okay, so this is how my code will flow. And after that, same for the closing bracket, square bracket. If that my character is closing bracket, then I will just check first, will I will check that if my stack is empty or not. If it is empty, I'll just simply return false. And if my stack does not contain the opening bracket, I will just return false. And if my stack contains the opening bracket, I'll just pop it. And after that, uh, again for the same curly braces. And then in last, if all this condition does not if any condition does not contain, suppose in starting I have encounter a closing bracket, so in for that condition I will return false here. And in last, if my stack is empty on if my stack is empty, suppose all if we have equal number of opening bracket and we have equal number of closing bracket, that means it will all cancel out each other, uh, and the in the end we will return we will have a empty stack. So in last I will check if my stack is empty, then I will return true, and if my stack is not empty, then I will return false. So uh, I think you guys understand this. Okay, and thank you if you like this video.